I want to be owning every single part of it that sits on the land. This of course gives you the upper hand when you are comparing your property to the other ones around the area, giving yourself the opportunity to add one, and of course if it does have one already, perfect. Not only that, they are built very well. Welcome everyone to another video. My name is Hagar, aka Hags. And today, look at my background. We are somewhere new. We are at a new property. And if you'd like to see a new series on this, I don't know when it will come out, but drop a like and I'll possibly give you a full tour, how I purchased it, plans and the rest. But when it comes out, I don't know. So keep dropping a like, comment down below, and possibly you may get it sooner than later. But in today's video, I want to be telling you the types of properties you should be purchasing right now. And yes, don't take this to an extreme where it's only this and this type of property only. Take it as this is my strategy. I want to be purchasing properties like this, and if something else pops up from a type of property I haven't mentioned, but everything adds up, go for it. Starting straight off with a freehold property. And for me, if I'm going to be purchasing a property, I want to be owning every single part of it that sits on the land. I don't want to be having leaseholds involved. I don't want to be having the hassle of contacting the lease owner to do this to the property, to do that. And believe it or not, there are houses with leases on them. And if they are, which I've come across plenty of times, you can purchase a leasehold and then do it up and sell it as just a freehold. So the next type of property I really like to purchase is semi-detached properties, end of terraces, detached of course, and bungalows. Those are my four types of style properties I like to purchase because I think, especially with semi-detached, detached, etc., you just have the plot, you have the space, and you always have to put yourself in the buyer's shoes. So not yourself, because you are the investor, don't get too attached to these houses, but think of it as, once I've done this up, and I'm either looking to flip this or rent this out, what are people looking for? If you're trying to sell it, you want there to be that land for them to extend on in 5, 10, however long years they would like to take to extend it. If it's a detached house, they can do endless things to it. But not only that, if you do purchase this type of property, also you can do these sort of things and extend it, add another room. This of course gives you the upper hand when you are comparing your property to the other ones around the area, because of course not every property has this plot. Not every property has the big garden at the back or the side plot or just the space in general. So now swiftly moving on to the garage. If I can get a property with a side garage almost attached to the property, then it's a life changer, because not only can you very easily turn that from a garage into another room, but imagine how much space you are adding to your property. Turning that downstairs from a small living room, kitchen and diner to an absolute massive open plan, as you've got to remember the structure's all there. You only need a flat roof, insulation, and of course change the garage door. There are slightly more things to it, of course, but it's so much less hassle. The structure's already there as well. It's mainly minor works which your builder can do in a very quick time, and it would just change your property so much. Another point I have is a driveway. Not all properties have driveway, of course they don't. But if it doesn't and it has the opportunity to have a driveway, then you're perfectly fine. If it doesn't have a driveway at all, to an extent that's okay. It just depends on where the property lies on the street. If it's on a busy street, of course, then you may struggle as people can't park anywhere, there's not much parking, etc., and that will be the downfall of your property. Whereas if it has the opportunity to have a driveway, if you would prefer not to do it, which I haven't done previously, it gives the opportunity for the new buyer or whoever purchases it in the future to add a driveway. And if you aren't going to add a driveway, again, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to do. So really, you've given yourself the opportunity to add one. And of course, if it does have one already, perfect as it is. I think I've only purchased 2 properties which do not have a driveway. One of them has the opportunity to, and the other one, no property close by has a driveway. So it's perfectly fine. Swiftly moving on to a property that is built in roughly the 90s. And why do I specifically say roughly the 90s? That is because they are bigger, naturally, than the properties they build now, of course. Not only that, they are built very well. The structure of them, the longevity of how the property has been standing is amazing. I mean, this property I'm in now has been here for a very, very long time. It's been empty for a very, very long time, and there are nothing to do with structure really that is as of a problem. And finally, moving on to the layout of a property, I've always preferred a separate lounge area to the kitchen and diner. I always like the separation in between. I know it does make it look all fancy if you can just knock the wall down, add a beam and everything's all open. But from my experience, everyone likes that breakup between the two. They want the lounge to itself and they want the kitchen and diner to of course be together. Of course, if there's enough room to add a diner by itself, even better. But majority of properties, kitchen and diner together, lounge by itself, potentially don't knock the wall down to open it all up unless it's quite a small property and that's your only option. Besides that, I think it's perfectly fine. Drop a like on this video for all this knowledge I'm giving to you. And yes, don't take all these things too literally, because there may be other properties, there may be a terrace that you come across which ticks all your boxes. Go for it. I'm just giving you my things that I would look for when I'm purchasing a property, just to get the upper hand to the other properties around the area, whether I'm renting them out or I'm reselling them as a flip. So there we have it. I've been Haggle, aka Hanks. Don't forget the name